Get ready, UFC fighter pay is under fire from Ronda Rousey, and Rogan is weighing in. We're diving deep into her powerful statements and what it means for the sport. You won't want to miss this. Plus, we're breaking down the massive UFC London card with expert picks and DFS strategies. Get the inside scoop on Movsar Evloev versus Lerone Murphy and all the other must-see matchups. And is Nate Diaz closing the door on a UFC return with his MVP fight against Mike Perry? We've got all the details and what it could mean for his future in MMA. Finally, did Islam Makhachev really outweigh Dustin Poirier by that much? We're getting the inside scoop from Poirier himself. Don't miss a second of all this breaking news. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell.
Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to prop it up? Meet the PopSockets phone grip with expanding kickstand in black, your new must-have accessory. Don't miss out. Grab yours today. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Ronda Rousey's UFC pay rant sparks debate. Did you hear what Ronda Rousey had to say about UFC fighter pay? It's igniting a firestorm, and even Rogan is taking notice, admitting she made some good points. Rousey didn't hold back, calling out the UFC's fighter compensation after they secured a massive $7.7 billion broadcast deal with Paramount. She argued that it's no longer the best place for fighters to earn a living, with many struggling to support their families, and some even resorting to platforms like OnlyFans. Rogan, on his podcast with Dustin Poirier, echoed some of these sentiments, suggesting that Rousey's public statements could put pressure on the UFC to increase fighter pay. He highlighted the potential impact if a major player like Netflix, involved in the upcoming Rousey versus Carano event, decides to invest heavily in MMA, potentially drawing top talent away from the UFC. Fans are buzzing about this controversy, with many agreeing with Rousey's stance and others questioning her loyalty. This conversation is far from over and could reshape how fighters are compensated in the future. Will this controversy shake up the fight game forever? Stay tuned as we explore the fallout and what it means for the future of fighter pay, right after we break down the massive UFC London card. UFC London, your ultimate DFS and betting guide. Get ready for an electrifying night of fights at UFC London, and we've got your exclusive DraftKings DFS preview and betting picks to help you dominate your fantasy leagues and secure those winning bets. We're diving deep into the matchups, starting with a potential title eliminator at 145 pounds, Movsar Evloev versus Lerone Murphy. Evloev remains undefeated with a dominant UFC record, but all his wins come by decision. Murphy, a hometown hero, is on a tier with highlight reel knockouts. Can he overcome Evloev's grappling, or will the Russian hammer continue his march to the title? We also break down the co-main event featuring Liverpool's own Luke Riley against the explosive Michael, the Mamba Aswell, and the highly anticipated clash between the flashy Michael, MVP, Paige, and the red-hot Sam Patterson. Plus, we've got picks for every fight on the card, from Roman Dolidze versus Christian Leroy Duncan to the heavyweight battles and women's strawweight showdowns. Don't miss our expert analysis and strategic advice to maximize your DFS lineups and make informed bets. Fans are already dissecting every matchup, with heated debates online about who has the edge. DraftKings players are gearing up to build their ultimate lineups, aiming for that massive first-place prize. Can you afford to miss out on these winning strategies? Stick around as we reveal our top underdog picks and sleeper candidates for UFC London, right before we tackle Nate Diaz's controversial return. Nate Diaz's MVP move. Is the UFC door slammed shut? Nate Diaz is back in the MMA spotlight, but not where many expected. His upcoming fight against Mike Perry under the Most Valuable Promotions banner is sending shockwaves through the fight world, and insiders suggest this could be a definitive end to any chance of a UFC return. Ever since his departure from the UFC, fans have clamored for Nate Diaz's comeback. However, his decision to face fellow UFC alum Mike Perry on a platform potentially streamed by Netflix has apparently taken the UFC by surprise. Analyst Ariel Helwani reported that the UFC was indeed interested in bringing Diaz back, but this move was a no-brainer for Diaz, likely securing a massive payday. Luke Thomas further speculated that Diaz, taking this fight closes the door on a UFC return completely, implying he's prioritized a lucrative deal with MVP over re-signing with his former promotion. This decision comes after Diaz had previously rejected UFC offers, and this latest move appears to be a firm rejection. Die-hard Diaz fans are ecstatic to see him back in action, while many observers are debating the long-term implications for his career and the UFC's relationship with its former stars. Will this blockbuster fight set new viewership records? We're diving into the massive potential of this event, and then we're tackling a surprising claim about one of the UFC's biggest stars. Poirier's shocking claim: was Makhachev that much bigger? Dustin Poirier is spilling the tea on his epic clash with Islam Makhachev, revealing a staggering weight difference that could explain the UFC lightweight champion's dominance. Back in 2024, Dustin Poirier went toe-to-toe with Islam Makhachev at UFC 302, ultimately falling short via submission. But Poirier recently shared on the Joe Rogan Experience that Makhachev appeared huge on fight night, estimating the champion weighed around 191-92 pounds, while Poirier himself was 176 pounds. Makhachev, however, has publicly denied this, stating he's never weighed over 80 kg, 176 pounds. This revelation comes as Makhachev prepares to defend his welterweight title, a division he moved up to after relinquishing his lightweight belt. Poirier also detailed the unique and suffocating nature of Makhachev's signature choke, admitting he was caught off guard by its immediate intensity and lack of escape. The discussion highlights Makhachev's formidable size, strength, and technical prowess as he continues to build an incredible legacy in the sport. This revelation has ignited a firestorm among fans, with many debating the fairness of weight disparities in MMA and praising Makhachev's incredible skill set. Analysts are weighing in on whether this weight difference is a common factor in championship fights. Is Islam Makhachev simply unbeatable? We've covered the biggest stories in MMA today, but don't go anywhere yet. We've got a lightning round recap and your final call to action. And that's a wrap on today's top stories. We heard Ronda Rousey's powerful critique of UFC fighter pay, got the inside scoop on the massive UFC London card with expert picks, and debated Nate Diaz's potential UFC return after his MVP fight. Plus, we uncovered Dustin Poirier's shocking claims about Islam Makhachev's weight. Don't miss out on any of the action. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and smash that notification bell so you never miss an update. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below and follow us on all our social channels for more exclusive content. See you next time.